Hey everyone, welcome back to Redditly. Today's video is titled, Congratulations Are in Order. Please make sure you like and subscribe and hit that notification bell so you never miss a future upload. Let's get right into it. Although the title looks confusing, trust me, there's a reason. For some context, I, 29 male, have been in a relationship with my ex, 28 female, for the past 7 years. It was perfect and stable relationship, or so I thought. As I said, this was going to be our 7th year anniversary, and I was planning on proposing marriage. There was a lot of excitement and joy, but boy, no one ready for what was to come. I work as a sales manager in a reputed firm, and my ex works at an event management company. I was called into a meeting on an hour's notice as there were some important changes being implemented. The meeting was expected to take up most of our day, as there was a lot to discuss and finalize, but was cut short as the CEO had a personal emergency and the meeting was rescheduled. I went shopping and bought a beautiful ring to propose with on the anniversary, which was 2 days away, and headed home. We all leave, and as I'm entering my driveway, I noticed a car parked near my garage. I'm pretty sure you know where this is going, but bear with me. I enter the house and there's loud music playing in our room. I call out to my girlfriend, but she can't hear me. I walk towards my room and was greeted by the sight of my own brother mid-thrust doing my girlfriend. Worst part was that they didn't even notice me. I took pictures for proof. I am a high-functioning sociopath, so I tend to remain or look calm and rationalize everything in any situation. I immediately turned around and walked out of the house and headed straight to the bar. Met with my friends but told them nothing. I was seething with rage as 2 of the people whom I had trusted and loved had the capacity to betray me in such a manner. I wanted to break them then and there, but Dad was out for blood and I wanted to cause maximum damage just to show them how low they went. For the next 2 days, I acted as if I was neck deep with work and avoided everyone, and made a presentation as an anniversary gift. Come the 7th year anniversary, we had a socially distanced party at my parents' house. With our close family, our parents, siblings, and a few close friends attended. After all wishing and hugging was done, I stood up and said I have a presentation to show my appreciation. The presentation. It basically outlined our entire relationship pictures of us since we started dating, and pictures marking important days of our relationship, until I reached the 7-year mark, where the pictures of my ex and my brother flashed across the screen. That's when I stand up, yell congratulations are in order to the 2 pieces of trash who found each other, flipped them the bird and walked out and went home. Although it felt good at the moment, the weight of the betrayal finally landed on me and I broke down for the first time in years. I refused to speak with anyone and have locked myself in my house as I'm a not safe person to be around right now. All that happened yesterday and here I am broken, confused, and angry. What should I do now? And the first comment says, what do you do now, you ask? It's quite simple actually. Break up with your trash girlfriend and go no contact forever. Your brother can help her move out since they're now together. Disown your brother, he's dead to you now. Expose her affair to everyone else you know before she tries to spin the story in her favor. Be prepared for her to blow up your phone with apologies and the usual, it didn't mean anything BS. Ignore her completely. After the dust settles, start exercising and engaging in some healthy activities. Start traveling and doing things you've never got to do. Stay away from drugs and alcohol. That stuff will only bring you down further. Seek individual therapy for yourself because you're in a world of hurt right now. Do not aspire to be in another relationship for a while. You need time to heal and rebuild your self-confidence first. Above all else, take care of yourself. Edit. To everyone who gave me the stars and golds, thank you. And the second comment says, wow, your story hit close to home for me. I am sorry you are going through this because it hurts like hell and it brought back all the memories and feelings I experienced when something similar happened to me decades ago. I was fortunate that I had not bought the ring yet, but my ex-GF of 3 years and I had been talking about it. I only had sisters, but my closest friend at the time, who I had known for 15 years and I had been roommates all through college, and after was the one I caught with my ex. My friend and I met when we were both 11 and became very tight. On the same sports team, spent holidays with each other's families, many sleepovers, double dated more than I can count. We were as tight as brothers. After college, we both moved to the same city to start our careers together. He was very extroverted and talked with people very easily, while I was very introverted and only enjoyed being around people I was close to. I met my ex through a work colleague and we hit it off immediately. She was also introverted and we shared so many common interests. As we became closer, I naturally wanted to introduce her to my best friend. He acted as he always did and gave her a hug when he saw her and joked around. But that was the way he was with everyone, so I did not see anything wrong. Leap forward 3 years and my ex and I had been discussing getting engaged. She was already planning the wedding and choosing her colors. The worst day happened when I left for work early for a dental appointment, which my friend knew about because it was on our shared calendar. I finished early, so naturally I went home early. I came in through the back door and I immediately recognized the sounds of my ex enjoying herself, and it was coming from my friend's room. I look in the door and there she is, riding him with more passion than I think she ever did with me. I push open the door and scream some expletives at them. She rolls off him and onto the floor and then starts pleading with me. I just turn around and leave, get into my car and start driving. This was before cell phones, so there is no way they could get in touch with me, but I find out later he tried to follow me out and look for me. She apparently waited at the house hoping I would come back. I left town and found a motel and stayed there for a few days, venting my anger. I finally made my way back into town and went by the house, saw that he was not there, and I emptied the house of everything that was mine. I drove to my parents' house and I unpacked everything. First things out of my parents' mouth was that they were happy to see me because they thought something bad had happened because my ex-friend had called them looking for me and said that it was important that he find me. I told them the story and it broke them because my ex-friend was basically part of our family and they also loved my ex-GF. My mom then called my ex-friend's mom to tell them I was back and that my mom told her what had happened. I find out later that when she spoke to the ex-friend to tell him I was back, she laid into him and beat him on the head. Within a week, I quit my job and moved to a new city and cut off all contact with both of them. I was later told by a mutual friend that my ex-GF had a nervous breakdown and had to come back home and live with her parents. Once I settled into my new place, his mom wrote me a letter, this was before email, basically apologizing for him and telling me how sorry he was for what happened, but I didn't care. He was dead to me. He would still come around to my parents' house during holidays, but I avoided him. My parents were polite but never invited him inside. Loyalty and friendship are a huge factor with me because of my introverted personality. I started a new life with new friends and eventually met another woman who I am now married to and have children with. It took a lot of time and I was so much wiser in my relationships. Many years later, with the advent of social media, he did send me a friend request but I ignored it. I have no idea what happened to her. Any advice I could give you is to move on and do whatever you can to get them out of your mind. If you feel anger, find a healthy way to release it through exercise or, like I did, beat a baseball bat against large trees for extended periods. Completely ghost your GF, she is not worth it. Definitely work through your dad because I agree with another poster, your mom will try to bring peace to the family. If it was me, my brother would be dead to me. If I ever saw his face, I would turn it into multiple shades of blue. If you are able, move to another city so there's no chance you will run into any of them. If other friends knew about it and did not tell you, then they should be ghosted also. I also agree that if she has a friend who had always shown interest in you, go ahead and have fun with her as long as she knows nothing serious will ever come from it. I really hope you post updates on your situation. And the OP has an update titled "Congratulations are in order." Firstly, I'd like to thank all of you for your support, but here's an update at the current situation. So I've had a few days to gather myself and I've spoken to my family and friends regarding the mess. Frankly, I'm at a better place mentally thanks to all the support I've gotten, both from my family and friends as well as the Reddit community. To clarify certain things, my parents had given their son a week to pack up and find a new place to stay. He skipped town and ghosted everyone. Many people ask me why they didn't disown him. BBH is their choice. Now here's where things get interesting. So a couple of days ago, I went out to grab a drink with my friends, and I happened to run into a colleague of mine. She had helped me pick the ring. She was out of town during all of this, and I didn't know what had happened. Introductions were made, and before I could get a word in, she asks me how the proposal went, the one topic I was trying to avoid. A look of shock had spread across her face of everyone at the table, and my colleague just looked surprised. Nobody knew about the ring. A lot of yelling and questioning later, everything was made clear. Well, word of me purchasing the ring spread like fire around the circles, and somehow the ex heard about it. She was out my door yesterday waiting for me to arrive home. She started crying, saying that she screwed up and wouldn't have done it had she known what I was planning, and demanded to see the ring. I just stood there trying not to lose my temper. She begged me to talk to her, not letting me enter the house. I refused and calmly told her to leave, but she wouldn't listen. It was funny how her behavior just switched. She then started blaming me, saying it was all my fault that she cheated on me with my brother, and I was responsible for ruining her relationship with her father and friends. At this point, I had tolerated enough and called the cops and explained what was happening. Since I had contacted them earlier regarding the situation, they were quick to respond. By this point, she had started threatening me and tried to assault me. The cops arrive as she is about to get violent and ask her to leave. She doesn't and causes a bigger scene. The assaults the officer who was trying to calm her down. She is then arrested for assaulting an officer and trespassing. The officers asked me if I wanted to file a complaint or press charges against her, to which I just said that I wanted nothing to do with her and to just take her away. I will be filing a restraining order against her. So yeah, it's been a fun week, and once again, I'd like to thank you all for support.